Smiling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Welcome back to the Shrimp Tank. You're at our post-show wrap-up, and we've had an outstanding show today. Joining me in the studio is my co-host, Tom Glover. Tom, thanks for being here today.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, we've had Chip Matthews, and Chip is from Sam Houston State University. He's faculty there. He's part of the entrepreneurship degree program. He had some great insights for our show today. Chip's a tax attorney and a CPA, and our special guest, my friend, John Pollock. And thanks for being on the show today, John.
It's fun.
You're going to want to download a complete replay of the show at houston.shrimptankpodcast.com. Today was a deep dive into taxes. And I've heard John say this before, the biggest expense that you're going to have or I'm going to have as a business owner is taxes. And most business owners, one of the takeaways today, most business owners are overpaying their taxes by tens of thousands of dollars. And so that's avoidable if you can learn about tax planning in our podcast today versus the traditional tax strategies. And we've just got a few closeout questions, John, we wanted to ask you about today. But don't forget to download the show. It was a great show, and we've had a great time doing it here today. So, Tom, you want to take us off first?
Sure, yeah. So when I first became familiar with financial gravity, I learned about tax blueprints. Can you explain to the audience what a tax blueprint is?
So first of all, you do not have a tax plan if you do not have a tax blueprint. It's that simple. So if you go to your CPA and they don't have a tax blueprint and they say they do tax planning, they don't. A tax blueprint is a product that we design that scours the tax code and then customizes the tax strategies for you. So we're going to there's several hundred tax strategies that everybody can use, but you can't do several hundred. So you're going to want to extract 10 that will save you tens of thousands of dollars, and those 10 are what we're going to deliver to you. We guarantee we'll double your money, so you will get a guarantee. So that's the
these are common strategies that are just overlooked, John?
Yeah, these are all. We actually give you the Internal Revenue Code number with every strategy, so we will tell you exactly in the code the strategy. So there's there's nothing in it. We just made it up. This is where the code says you can do it.
And if your accountant argues with you, you can use that code reference to.
I would recommend that if your accountant argues with you over the tax code, then you need a new accountant.
Oh, okay. So, hey, that gets me to my next question, John. Why don't you just tell us what you really think about the tax preparation industry as a whole? We talked about it in the show. Don't sugarcoat it, John. Tell us, really.
I actually don't have a problem with the tax preparation industry because the tax preparation industry, we know what they do. They prepare taxes. What I have a problem with is the accounting industry, because the accounting industry has been foisting on the public a belief system that they do something that they don't. There's a huge gap between what people think accountants do and what they actually do.
And that was Chip's words. And Chip is a CPA. He said the public is very confused about what accountants really do. Tell us a little bit about that, Chip.
Well, what a CPA actually can do that nobody else can do is issue an audit opinion on a company's financial statements. That is the unique skill for CPAs. That's not what anybody thinks CPAs do.
Right. And it's actually worse than that. In the state of Texas, the CPA industry owns the word audit. So if you're a plumber and you want to do a plumbing audit, you'll get a letter from the Public Accountancy Board. I know this, by the way.
No plumbing audits?
No, you can't even do a financial audit. I know this because I got a letter from the Public Accountancy Board.
They own the word accounting, too.
Yeah, they own the word accounting. Accountant.
That sounds like a racket. What's up with these guys,
If you get a master's degree in accounting, you cannot say you're an accountant in the state of Texas. You have to be a CPA.
Ooh.
Yeah, did not know that.
Crazy stuff. It's basically a large industry using the government to protect themselves. We're looking to change that.
So for our listeners, our show is an entrepreneurship show. Today was a deep dive on taxes. We had a ton of fun doing it. Good exchange going back and forth with Chip and John. And I'd just like any of you to comment on this. When you have an entrepreneur, a young aspiring entrepreneur, and maybe he's got knocked down, and maybe he has it on his mind to launch a business. What sort of encouragement would you say to that young aspiring entrepreneur that may not have been able to go get their start yet, or they've had a setback and they need to pick themselves back up? What encouragement would you be able to give them today?
Keep going. Perseverance. Perseverance is the key, one of the key ingredients to being a business owner, because you will get knocked down.
You're going to have 2 failures before you have your first success.
Yeah.
And you're going to learn
On
from
average.
your failures.
Yeah.
In fact, that's where all my learning came from, was every time I screwed up.
Fail fast, fail often.
It's the quickest way to success, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I can tell you that when that successful person is interviewed about their success, they're going to give you a story about all the times that they had their teeth kicked in the way, along the way. And if that's you, if you've had that setback, we would just want to tell you that that's normal. Rise up, pick yourself back up. Get involved, educate yourself. There's great sources like the Shrimp Tank. There's other great sources out there. There's the Shark Tank. Chip talked about using the Shark Tank in the classroom with the entrepreneurs.
There's actually a great organization called the Entrepreneurial Organization that has a accelerator program for entrepreneurs that do less than $1 million in revenue, and entrepreneurs that do more than $1 million in revenue will mentor you. So it's worldwide. It's a huge organization. There's great tools like Traction, which teaches the entrepreneurial operating system, scaling up from burn harness. We have more data than we've ever had, and entrepreneurialism is cool now. It wasn't when I was a kid.
Tap into those resources. So, John, one last time, you and your firm, Financial Gravity Holdings in Allen, Texas. Tell us how our listeners would get in touch with you. And you mentioned something about an ebook that people could download. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
So go to financialgravity.com and say that you're interested in the ebook. The ebook is not out yet. It's about 30 days from being done. The book is done. The cover's not. But if you want the content, go to financialgravity.com. Go into the contact us field and say, I want the ebook, and they'll send it to you. It'll be raw and not pretty, but the content's rock solid.
And how about your websites?
Financialgravity.com, or go to lowertaxhigherprofit.com for a free video series on tax planning.
That's easy. Lowertaxhigherprofit.com. So we want to thank all of you for tuning in, and we want to encourage you to download a complete replay of the show at houston.shrimptankpodcast.com, and you're going to love this show with John Pollock. Thank you for being on the show, John.
My pleasure.
Thank you for being here, Chip. And thank you for being here, Tom. It was a great show. You got to download to hear the whole thing with John.